Ito pong vlog nito para lang to sa mga taong may kiber o those people who care. So ito naman ay ipakinggan natin ay ito po ay very very brief in English and I hope many people would understand this. Ito po ang title natin. It is simple. ICC cannot try Digong anymore. So let me begin. So prepare. Paki-screenshot ninyo. Ito po ang akin. I-upload ko na yung dokumento. So ngayon, para lumaki ay siguro ilakihan natin. But then how can it be bigger? To exit full screen. Okay. So ito na lang. So yan po ang ating isi ngayon. Ang title ko po niyan ay It is Simple. ICC cannot try Digong anymore. See this. The ICC has jurisdiction over the crimes, but because they happened at the time when the Philippines was still a member. Number two, now, while these crimes are under the jurisdiction of the ICC, are these cases admissible for the purpose of trial or the exercise of the jurisdiction over the crimes? That's the question. Next, is it admissible for the exercise of the ICC jurisdiction? Yes, if the complementarity right and power of the ICC conform as mandated under Article 17. Number 4, but all these determinations for admissibility come only when the state concerned has not withdrawn from the Rome Statute. Number 5, the next law of the Rome Statute is no crimes can be tried and subjected to judgment if any of the conditions in Article 12 of the Rome Statute are present to justify the exercise of jurisdiction. Meaning to say, or rather, crimes can be tried and subjected to judgment if any of the conditions in Article 17 of the Rome Statute are present to justify the exercise. Number 6, if none of the conditions exist at the time when the ICC asks whether to hear and decide the cases on crimes over which the ICC has jurisdiction, then the ICC cannot try and decide or judge Duterte, Bato, Bongo, Sara, Albayalde, Karamat Garma, Leonardo, and any other. Number 7, now Article 1 to 7 of the Rome Statute says, among others, that the ICC would have jurisdiction over crimes committed during the time that the Philippines was still a member of the Rome Statute if there was any matter under consideration by the court before the withdrawal of the Philippines became final. Number 8, was there any matter that was under consideration by the court prior to the time that the withdrawal of the Philippines from the Rome Statute became final, which finality occurred on 17 March 2019? Number 9, there was none, except for the preliminary examination announced by the Office of the Prosecutor on 8 February 2018, when the Philippines was still a member of the Rome Statute. Number 10, can the said preliminary examination that was a unilateral action of the Office of the Prosecutor and an act that had no concurrence from any of the three courts of the ICC be considered a matter under consideration by the court? Number 11, no, it cannot be a matter under consideration by the court because the preliminary examination announced by the Office of the Prosecutor did not have any participation or imprimatur from any of the three other organs of the ICC or any of the three courts, the pretrial chamber, the trial chamber, and the appeal chamber. Number 12, any of the courts within the ICC, which are the pretrial chamber, the trial chamber, and the appeal chamber, are independent of the Office of the Prosecutor, that any of these courts can be bound only when any of them gave their consent. Number 13, Rome Statute declares that all four organs of the SEC: A. The Office of the President of the SEC; B. The Office of the Register of the SEC; C. The Office of the Register of the SEC, which is equivalent of the Clerk of Court in the Philippines setting, and the offices of the three courts. Number 14, Article 40 of the Rome Statute says the judges are independent, that they cannot be bound by the office of the prosecutor if the court's consent was not obtained. Open parenthesis. If the office of the prosecutor did not ask consent from any of the three courts, it cannot be said that the action of the office of the prosecutor is also an action of the court. Number 15, Article 42 says that the office of the prosecutor must also be independent in the exercise of its power, that it cannot be dictated what cases to be examined for the purpose of what it calls preliminary examination, and eventually for the ultimate purpose of asking the court to authorize an investigation. Therefore, number 16, the office of the prosecutor cannot do any action to bind the entire ICC or the court, capital letter C, if the prosecutor did not get the consent of any of the courts or the authority required on any case, like the authority to investigate. Easy lang, di ba? O ganun po tayo. Napakasimple lamang ng kasong ito at hindi natin dapat ito papag-isipan. So, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Ulit-ulitin nyo lang po, pakinggan ang aking sinasabi at hindi kayo mawawala. Ha? At least mabuhay pong Pilipinas, dapat hindi tayo pakialaman ng iba. Ang ating bansa po ay kompleto pa rin sa korte at all it takes, ang kailangan lamang ay mag-utos si BBM kay Boying Rimulya at saka sa PNP chief na magsagawa na ng investigasyon. Tapos kasuhan si Digong. Tapos ang laban. At dito pa lahat ang testigo. Hindi na kailangan lumipad pa, gagasta pa, papunta sa ICC. Dito na lang, kaya natin yan. Yan lang pong aking masasabi. Sana magdasal tayo para yung bansa natin ay hindi bababuyin ng ibang lahi or ng international court. Yan lang po ang sa akin po. Kaya nakakahiya po tayo ngayon sa panahon pa ni BBM na hindi nirespeto ang ating korte. Nang tingin sa atin ay isang bansa na walang alam, kundi panay-patayan lang nangyayari. Hindi ba natin kaya parusahan ang ating mga kriminal? Kaya po. Pilitin natin. Maraming salamat po.